She's a mom of a kid that's been in a bunch of your stuff.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2.
This is the weather commander going to the map.
And I don't know what's going on with my mom, you know? I just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now's the time. She said they've got 3 schools.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Singing that. Mic check, hello, hello, hello.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. We are 11 days away from the anniversary of the Woodmore bus crash. This week, 3 new lawsuits were filed, bringing the total number to 20.
Time's running out for the victims' families to file any complaints. Channel 3's Tanisha Cordell joins us now to explain why. Tanisha.
Well, Greg, the deadline to file any new lawsuits regarding the Woodmore bus crash is November 21st. Now, that's because in Tennessee, there is a 1-year statute of limitations. And Chattanooga attorney Stuart James says it's common to see a rash of these kinds of lawsuits filed closer to the deadline and sometimes the day of.
And a claim like this one, I will bet you the firms that I've seen that are involved, they've been looking at this for a long time and thinking about what they're going to do. Plus, they're probably signing up as many family members as they can to get as many people to sue as they can.
James has 20 years of law experience. Like many of us, he has watched closely as the Woodmore families file lawsuits. On Thursday, 3 new lawsuits came to light on behalf of 3 children. The suits claim those children experienced broken bones and traumatic brain injuries, among other things. The 3 suits combined claim $22.5 million in damages. James says once the lawsuits are served, the defendants have 30 days to respond.
A lot of times extensions are given, there's written questions that are given, so that becomes very pliable. A lawsuit like this could be in the system up to 2 years, up to 3 years, because there are so many people involved with the lawsuit.
A total of 20 lawsuits have been filed against bus driver Jonathan E. Walker and Durham School Services. Some local law firms are representing several different claims. James says it's the right approach, but he predicts the defense attorneys will have a lot of questions.
About damages, about who these people are, about these children, how smart they were, how likable they were, what their injuries are, what their futures are, because especially for the dead children, the whole idea is you got to evaluate the value of their life, and that's really difficult to do.
As families wait on the justice system for answers, James says it's best for the community to be patient and hold back on any judgment.
It's going to be emotional, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out.
Well, Jonathan E. Walker still faces criminal charges in the crash that killed 6 children. He remains out of jail on a reduced $50,000 bond. Live in the studio, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Tanisha, thank you. 2 Ottawa High School students have been suspended after a mother reported her special needs son was inappropriately touched. The assault allegedly happened inside the locker room during gym class. School officials tell us they launched an investigation immediately after they learned about the alleged incident. The woman tells us her son's friend reported it to a teacher. It's the second time in 2 years Ottawa High School has had to investigate an alleged assault. This mother wants others to know about what happened to her son so it won't happen to any other child.
A boy came up behind him and had a shoe and was trying to shove it up his rectum. He did have his clothes on, but however, it's still inappropriate.
The school followed policy and mandatory reporting laws by filing a police report and contacting the Department of Children's Services. It's not clear how long the 2 students will be suspended. The children involved could face simple assault charges. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
The Grundy County High School field house is now being monitored at all hours of the day with security cameras. This comes after 5 football players were charged with attempted aggravated rape. Nearly a dozen cameras were installed inside and outside the field house. They've been there for nearly a month. Students we spoke with say it's a good idea, but should have been done sooner.
I think they made them. They just keep things from happening that happened in the past.
The chairman of the school board says they bought the security system from a company in Jasper for around $5,000. The video recorded by the cameras is fed into a hard drive that can only be accessed by administrators and authorities.
There are many career paths that are passed down from generation to generation. One military family's life passion is to serve the United States. Channel 3's Casey Freeman met with one veteran, talking to him about his children's decision to join the Army. Casey.
Greg Bruce McDonald is a retired veteran with 12 children. He used his knowledge as a first sergeant recruiter to encourage his children to enlist into the Army. Of McDonald's 12 kids so far, 7 of them have served in the Army. One of his daughters has become a civilian nurse. However, she married someone in the Army. Now, another one of McDonald's sons just graduated from high school and is about to enlist into the Army. The other 3 children are still in grade school, so their decision has not yet been made. A friend of McDonald's has done some research and says 7 people from one family is the most any family has ever had serving the military at one time. Many would say his children followed in his footsteps, but he says there are more to that story.
They've actually kind of followed each other. They've seen the benefits of the military for each of them, and each of them had kind of the same idea. Certainly I encouraged them to look at the military.
McDonald says while college was not for him, his children have used the military as an opportunity to further their education. Since Bruce retired from the military in 2005, he has spent time as a missionary in the Ukraine for 10 years. He's currently working at a mechanic shop and he's doing mission work here locally while teaching English. Live in the studio, Casey Freeman, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
What a family. Casey, thank you for sharing their story. It's remarkable.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, colder weather is headed into the Tennessee Valley this weekend.
Paul Barris has a look at the forecast next.
All right, we're checking out the weather headlines for tomorrow. It's going to be a cool day, but we're going to see more clouds on Sunday, and then it's going to warm up a little bit coming up on Monday. Right now, all the snow's off to the north, up near Minneapolis. They're getting hit pretty hard with a little swath of snow, but that's about it. A little bit of snow up in New York State, too. We're pretty much fair right now with just a few high clouds. 45 in the city, but it's 37 Athens and Altamont already, and 41 in Cleveland, Dalton 44, Murphy 36. Winds out of the northeast at about 8. We had a high of 59 and 39, and it's close to our forecast, too. Skywatchers told me near 60, Dalton, Varnell, 59 Chatsworth, Calhoun about 61. Cleveland got a high of about 59, but it was 60 Lakeside and Red Bank, 59 in East Ridge, and Signal Mountain 54, while Ringgold was about 55 degrees at Johnny Park's house. Dayton got up to 55, and about 58 out near Dunlap. Delano 57, they got down to 32 last night. I think they'll get in the 20s tonight. And looking at Vipercast, there's just very little happening around here. We're just going to have fair skies. Some high clouds are going to be spreading in for tomorrow. The clouds will thicken up a little bit coming up on Sunday. You're not going to see as much sunshine on Sunday. As this cold front comes in, we'll even have some clouds Monday morning, but some clearing into Monday afternoon and Monday evening. And into Tuesday, too, I think it's going to be a pretty nice day. So for tonight, scattered frost and 36, especially if you get away from the city. Mostly sunny, a lot of high clouds spreading in. Tomorrow, 59. And then tomorrow night, a few more clouds, not as cold, 41. And on the 7-day forecast, a lot more clouds on Sunday at 56. Monday, 62, 64 Tuesday, and even 64 on Wednesday and Thursday. By Thursday and Friday, though, could see some widely scattered or isolated showers. Friday night football is right around the corner.
Channel 3 Eyewitness. Time for the Channel 3 Friday night.
So what do you think, Greg?
It felt a lot like football weather tonight.
Yes, you were out there with the bands. It was cold, wasn't it?
Well, let's see
Good
just
night
how
for
cold it was because, well, let's see.
You're watching Channel 3 and Friday Night Football starts right now!
From Channel 3 Eyewitness Sports, this is Friday Night Football with Paul Shaheen, Jill Jelnick, Sammy Kincaid, and Greg Glover. Friday Night Football, brought to you by Food City, value every day. And Chattanooga Area Schools Federal Credit Union, where it pays to be a member. Proud sponsors of high school football. Friday Night Football.
Well, first and foremost, to any veterans out there, from all of us here, thank you. All right, you ready? Another Friday Night Football playoff edition on tap. From our corners of Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and Alabama, we counted 24 teams still playing playoff football. 'Tis the season, so let's get to it, starting, as always, with our Game of the Week.
It's time for the Channel 3 Friday Night Football Game of the Week, brought to you by EPB.
Your Tyner Rams hosting Watertown in round number 2. The last time Tyner beat Watertown in the playoffs, the Rams ended up in the quarterfinals. That is what was, again, on the line tonight. The difference, Tyner is home, and they'll remain home for the quarterfinals if they won tonight. And that is a very big if, Jill. A tough fought match on both sides, and you're here to break it down live from Tyner. Hi, Jill.
Paul, the Tyner Rams have been on a roll all season long, and they did not slow down at all tonight. Despite trailing by 3 at halftime, the Rams put together a dominant second half performance, totaling over 200 yards rushing in that second half alone. But you got to give credit to this Tyner defense. They came up with not one, but 2 critical pick sixes that allowed the Rams some breathing room late in the game. The Tyner Rams hoping to keep their season alive Friday night, hosting Watertown in the second round of 2A playoffs. The Purple Tigers got out to an early 7-0 lead, but Rams answer back in the first as Tyon Young dodges his defenders and is in there easy for the Tyner touchdown. Watertown then comes up with a huge play start of the second, falling just short of the goal line, but on 3rd and goal, Keylunte Watkins puts a critical stop to the Purple Tigers, forcing them to kick a field goal. Tyner trailed 10-7 at the break, but the second half was a different story. Rams start the third with a 17-play, 84-yard drive, ending with this Jalen Bowen diving touchdown. Rams take a 14-10 lead and keep it going on defense. Tyreek Henry picks off the David Webster pass and takes it all the way back for the Tyner touchdown. The first of 2 pick sixes on the night for the Rams. But Tyner doesn't stop there. Late in the fourth, Bowens adds some insurance as he takes the quarterback keeper 57 yards for his second score on the night. Tyner runs past Watertown 33-22 that final.
Put together a good long drive to start the second half, which made things real good, and that sort of inspired the defense, and they picked things up. You know, right now it's all about survival. We made it to the third round. That's where we're going. We're happy to be there.
The 33-22 win marked Tyner's 10th straight victory of the season, and obviously advancing them to the quarterfinals of the 2A playoffs, where I believe, Paul Shaheen, they are facing a very familiar face next week. Is that right?
Yes, Jill, and if it came back to me any sooner, I would have been caught looking at my cell phone because I was looking up the score of that game to refresh my memory. 37-28 against Marion County. That's why Tyner won the region title. Was there any mention made of this showdown next week, Marion County at Tyner post-game? Was there any mention?
There was. The Rams wanted it to be Marion County. They've beaten them before, and despite making some mistakes, they told me, yeah, we've made some mistakes against them, but those are easy mistakes to correct, and we can beat them again next week. So they are very much looking forward to next week's quarterfinal game, and we are too. If it's not going to be the biggest game, it's definitely one of the biggest games next week.
Thank you, Jill. One of the biggest games is absolutely correct because it's not the only all-local matchup. We're going to get to that in just a few moments. Sticking in the 2A bracket, though, unbeaten MEIGS County at home with their toughest test yet in Happy Valley. They're 1-2 in the state in terms of scoring defense, but the game changer all year for MEIGS County has been on offense, that being Mr. Football finalist Aaron Swafford, a quarterback. Swafford was looking to lead the Tigers to their first 12-0 mark on record. But that helps. What a pass. Drops it in between 3 defenders. Weedman scores. MEIGS up 12-6. Then they get a safety on a muffed Happy Valley punt. Moving on, it's, yes, Swafford again. This time on the ground. The kid can just do it all. Swafford scored for the second time. All MEIGS County the rest of the night. 38-6. Your final score. So MEIGS will host Rockwood next week. One more from the 2A bracket. We mentioned it already. The score of the Marion County game is upcoming. There it is, 32-14. Marion County in the 2A bracket beats Trousdale. So yes, that sets up Marion County at Tyner next Friday. In the 1A bracket now, South Pittsburgh hosting Joe Burns. The Pirates defense showed up, showed out. Jalen Hubbard with the interception. Down at midfield, that sets up this. Sawyer Kelly bounces outside. He'll high step it on in, make it 7-0 South Pittsburgh. A little later, Pirates actually punted, but even that worked. The Red Devils fumble it, and the Pirates fall on it. Kelly gets the rock, does his job, great patience. Here following the blocker, 14-0 at that point. Joe Burns now trying to punt, and oh, brother, nothing going right. The drop, the whiff, the South Pittsburgh touchdown. Mason Fuqua scoops it up, scores it up. All South Pittsburgh 42-0. Now that South Pittsburgh win accompanied by that Whitwell big win over Gordonsville means, yes, another all-local matchup in the quarters. Whitwell plays at South Pittsburgh next Friday. It's a quarterfinal showdown. Boy, they met already once, and that was a tight game. Time now to find out who got nailed.
You got nailed. Covered by Warren and Griffin. 265-HURT.
Back to the South Pittsburgh game. Pirates were bruising. Fuqua, Tucker Kelly just lower the boom. Shoulder in, right through on a Joe Burns running back. That is you got nailed. And that, my friends, was just first down. We intend to keep the chains moving. Still to come, can Red Bank stay hot? Notre Dame trying to book a semifinal ticket, plus all of Georgia in round number 1. And as always, we'll talk to the fans, and cheerleaders when Friday Night Football returns.
Channel 3's Cheerleaders of the Week.
County, let's go!
Cheer on with Channel 3's Cheerleaders of the Week.
Go, let's go! Let's go! County, let's go! MEIGS! County, let's go! MEIGS! County, let's go! Let's go, Tigers! Let's go! MEIGS! County, let's go!
All right, back downtown now. Notre Dame chasing history. The Irish were a win away from just their 6th ever trip to a state semifinal, and they're getting to do it all at home. That's the luxury of being the #1 seed in the bracket. They got that top seed by winning 9 straight games, one of which came against Knox Grace 4 weeks ago. Just so happened Notre Dame was hosting Knoxville Grace. Tonight, in the quarters, a lot of defense early on. Grace going for it on 4th down in the red zone. DN James Williams just eating, crushing. Turnover on downs with the sack. Second quarter, more defense. The Irish blocked the punt. It's Trey Johnson on the block into the end zone. A massive humanity. Monroe Beard falls on it for a touchdown. Notre Dame leads 8-0. Other way, the Rams come alive. Luke Kirby to Jonah Duggins. What a throw. What a catch. 8-6 Notre Dame. Ensuing kickoff. Here we go. It's about to get real. Tennessee commit junior Cameron Wynn taking over. Hide your ankles. Oh, mercy. 1-2 cuts. Not fair. Just not fair. Wynn gone. No one in sight. But look at these cuts again. Just enjoy it. This is why that kid is a Power 5 recruit and just the junior. Notre Dame wins a close one, 32-29, and it took a recovered onside kick late to win it. 3A second round, Red Bank hosting York Institute. The Lions get it going on the ground. Calvin Jackson out of the Wildcat, nice chunk. First down, same drive, more from the ground came. This time it's Zay Brown. Look at the O-line, just doing work. Untouched, 13 yards, 7-0. Still first quarter, the Lions now open it up. Maddox Wilkie up top. Guess who burned the defense? Yeah, Calvin Jackson, he can fly. 56-yard hookup. Red Bank up 14-7, and Red Bank just keeps on rolling. 42-7, your final. Red Bank now plays Loudon next week. Here we go, the rest of your Tennessee playoff scores. Let's get to them. D2 AAA, McCauley, they win a big one out west over Briarcrest, 56-35. MBA takes down Baylor, 14-7. Baylor eliminated. Now in 4A, Central loses on the road at Greenville, 49-12. Up in 6A, big win for Bradley Central. They keep chugging along. The Bears over Dobbins Bennett, 33-27. It's time now to jump into the stands. Unfortunately for us, Tyner lets people in the stands, just not so much in the end zone. Fan Cam returns with our very own Sammy Kincaid.
Fan Cam, sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Pick up a nugget tray for your next party or event.
It's another week of Fan Cam, and I'm starting out on the home side, on the Tyner side, and I have a very proud family with me. What's your names?
My name's Antoine McLean.
And?
Tanika McLean.
Lene McLean. And who is your son?
Number 21, Amarion McLean, freshman.
And is there anything you want to say to him tonight?
Just good luck, team, whole team, good luck. Let's go. Let's get this win and go to the next round.
And can I hear you guys get loud for him right now?
Yeah, let's go, baby, let's go.
I've switched sides over to the Watertown side, and it was not too hard to find these guys next to me. What's your name? I heard you're the talker.
I'm Val.
Val? And is that your son on your pin right there? What's his name?
Gavin.
Gavin? And what number is he?
79.
And is there anything you want to say to him tonight?
He rocks.
All right, well, I love the cowbell. And can I hear you guys get loud right now? And if you want to be like these guys and win some Chick-fil-A, don't forget to get loud next week. There's only one more week of FNF3. I'm Sammy Kincaid, Channel 3, Eyewitness Sports.
Strikes up Channel 3's Band of the Week.
I've been in band all of my life. I learned a new term tonight. The front on.
Greg Glover strikes up Channel 3's Band of the Week, brought to you by Music Instruction Studio, molding tomorrow's musicians.
I've been in band all of my life. I learned a new term tonight, the front ensemble. And here we are in the South Pittsburgh Band of Pirates, your
Band of the Week!
Fillmore to home, Kegels to attempt the point after.
But that South Pittsburgh band steadily growing with a new band director. Hey, in Georgia now, Ridgeland enters the 4A bracket as the 2 seed, sitting behind only Cartersville, the nation's 23rd ranked team. Ridgeland sat at 10-0 for the first time in school history, and their closest margin of victory was 21 points. The Panthers hosted Chapel Hill seconds in, working off a turnover. Ridgeland, great field position, pounding the rock. Gabe McDonald is in 7-0. Ensuing drive, more defense and more trouble for Chapel Hill. KJ Burton sacked by everyone. Ball comes out, recovered by Ridgeland in the end zone. It's 14-0. Ensuing drive, this isn't going to be a replay. It actually happened again. Ridgeland's defense suffocating. Another turnover, another touchdown. 3 turnovers, 3 touchdowns, 21-0, 5 minutes in. Early second quarter, Ridgeland just pouring it on. This is Markeith Montgomery scoring. Ridgeland rolls 63-7 in 4A. Still in 4A. Heritage hosting Troup County. A lot of great defense in this one. Generals quarterback Blake Bryan on the wrong end of it here, picked off by Devin Hill. That sets up the game's first touchdown. It's Montez Crow. He's going to throw a perfect deep ball to Jamari Thrash. Heritage would go to work on offense after that. They couldn't score before the half, failing to score after a great drive stalls in field goal range. So Heritage down 10-0 at the half. They go silent the rest of the way. All but silent. Troup County eliminates Heritage 31-7. One more from Georgia's 4A bracket. We've got Northwest Whitfield losing at Cedartown. Northwest eliminated 47-14. In 3A now, North Murray hosting Westminster. Slow start for the Mountaineers. Let's roll the video. There we go. Westminster strikes first from 43 yards out. That puts North Murray down 20-0. North Murray trying to stop the bleeding on the ensuing drive. This is going to help. Lad McConkey picks off Nance Hill in the end zone. He'd bring it out, eventually brought down at about the 10. That would set up the Mountaineers' first score. It'll be Preston Pogue Jr. to Connor Rice, 55 yards. It's a 13-point game, but as close as it gets. North Murray loses 37-7. Back to the scoreboard one final time. Dooley takes down Tryon. CHATTOOGA eliminated. Keep them going quick as we run out of time. Pace Academy loses at Calhoun. Dalton loses as well. Keep them going. Ider, Alabama, a loser. North Sand Mountain, a loser. Fort Payne down to Homewood. In North Carolina, Murphy a winner. They advance. One more, it is Hayesville losing to Elkin. Quickly, basketball scores. We may not have time, but I can tell you that the Tennessee men won tonight. And the UTC men opened the season at Wyoming. They lost by 9 at Wyoming. And do not forget, please, within minutes, we will have the entire show posted online and inside our app. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes, every single one of them helping piece another show together. And a special thank you to our Friday Night Football intern, Maddie Caprich, who leaves us after tonight, graduating our internship program. She went above and beyond anything we asked her to do. Just a joy to have around. The playoffs continue next week.
Friday Night Football is brought to you by Food City and Chattanooga Area Schools Federal Credit Union. We thank the Chattanooga area Chick-fil-A's for feeding our Friday Night Football team. Call them to order party platters for your next tailgate.